So today we're making, you guessed it, mashed potatoes and gravy. These are rosemary, garlic, mashed potatoes. Process them. So the ingredients you're going to need for these mashed potatoes are a pot of heavily salted boiling water, which we have. We have some sea salt, some black pepper, a stick of plant-based butter. We have some fresh chopped garlic, rosemary. Those are optional, but not if you're making it for me. It is not optional. We have some plant-based sour cream, which I made from scratch. We have a cup of plant milk, and then we also have some potatoes. It is your decision if you want to use russet potatoes or red potatoes or Yukon potatoes. Today I'm going to use Yukon potatoes because I love them. They're sweet and rich, but not too starchy. So the first step in making mashed potatoes is to first wash your potatoes and then peel them and then wash them again. Anytime I show someone how to peel potatoes, I tell them wash, peel, wash, okay? Because you don't want dirty potatoes. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is get our water boiling. This is the size pot you're gonna need. I don't know what size it is, but it's like this. And what you're gonna need is 12 potatoes or 3.5 pounds. These 12 potatoes just so happen to weigh 3.5 pounds. I got really lucky, so whatever works for you. So 12 regular sized potatoes or 3.5 pounds of potatoes is what you want to get. I got our water nice and boiling, ready to go, all bubbly and ready to rock. All right, so the next step after you wash your potatoes is to get them cut and into the pot. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut them into about quarters, okay? This will help them to cook faster, which you want to do, and more even as well. So we're going to get these into the pot. I'm cutting these Yukons into quarters. Again, you can use russet potatoes if you like, or whatever you like, white potatoes. I think that Yukons make an amazing mashed potato because they're sweet and they stand up really nice to gravy. So this is definitely step one. Boiling the potatoes after you've washed them. I know a lot of people don't like to peel the potatoes for their mashed potatoes. They prefer to peel them after, but honestly, that is just way too much work. So again, you want to make sure you're cutting all the potatoes the same size. So this is a really large potato. So instead of cutting it into quarters, I'm cutting it into 6 pieces. This little potato, I will cut into quarters. Okay, so now that we have all of the potatoes in the water, I'm going to cover it again to get the potatoes boiling again. Once the water has boiled, I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. It's important that you don't overboil your potatoes because you'll remove too much starch and they'll just be watery, mushy, and that's not going to be a good thing. So once they start boiling, the water comes back to a boil. I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. While it's boiling, this would be a good time for you to chop your rosemary, which I've already done, or prepare the rest of your ingredients. I've also chopped some fresh garlic. I hope you put the rosemary and garlic in it because it's the best part, is that nice bite with the fresh rosemary and hopefully gravy. So we're gonna get this boiling and then I'll show you how to know when the potatoes are done, okay? So we set the timer for about 7 minutes, or 6 minutes, I'm sorry it was. And let me show you how you know if they're ready or not, okay? So I'm gonna stick my knife in the middle of the potato. It slid right off, which works for russet potatoes. But these Yukons feel like they need another minute. They're pretty soft, so I'm just gonna give them 1 more minute and then they're gonna be ready, okay? Okay, so I think the potatoes are ready. We gave them 1 more minute. So our next step is to take them out of the water. So you could pour them through a strainer if you like, or you can just pour off as much water as you possibly can, whichever works for you. I'm gonna go do that and then I'm gonna show you the next step, okay? Okay, so now our potatoes are without water. Okay, we're gonna take it to the next level. So I need my tater masher. Okay, and I have my butter nice and cold, but I cut it up a little bit so that I can spread it around. So I'm gonna put 1 stick of plant-based butter in my 3.5 pounds of potatoes, okay? And then I'm going to add, before I mash it, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of sea salt. 1 and 2. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Okay. And I'm going to add my chopped garlic cloves. You can put 2 to 6 to 8, whatever you like. I actually put 6 large garlic cloves because I love it. And then I have 2 tablespoons of rosemary, finely chopped. Okay. And from this point, our only step is to start mashing the potatoes. All right, so here we go. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Forgot to tell you one important part. You gotta mash your potatoes on a low fire, because that helps everything along. Okay, so we're gonna start mashing. Usually I have my husband do this part, but just for the video's sake, I'll do it all by myself. I personally do not like really smooth potatoes. I like them a little bit lumpy. So if you like your potatoes smooth and you can just mash and mash away, I never ever would ever put them in a food processor because I feel like it gives them a very strange texture. So I just do it manually by hand. Okay, so it looks like our butter has melted and we've evenly distributed the garlic and the the garlic and the rosemary. All right, so you're gonna pour in your milk, your plant milk. I have a cup of almond milk that's not vanilla or sweetened. And then I have about 1/4 cup to 1/3 of a cup of my homemade vegan plant-based sour cream. You can buy whichever one you like or use your homemade sour cream. And this is where you gotta get that whipping action in. You gotta add some aeration into it. Yeah, over the fire is definitely better. I'm just gonna whip it, whip it, whip it. Before I continue whipping it, I'm gonna give it a little taste. Make sure the seasonings are there. Tastes amazing. Doesn't need anything. Okay, so we're just gonna keep whipping it. And look how creamy and fluffy they are. Although they're creamy and fluffy, they still have a little bit of texture to them, which I like. Okay, so let me get this fire turned off and we will serve up some mashed taters. Okay, here they come. Okay, so here we have it. Check out these very creamy Yukon Gold rosemary garlic mashed potatoes. So sometimes I get caught up in the recipe and I forget to tell you a few things. So I know traditional mashed potatoes is basically like butter, milk, salt, and pepper. I like to add garlic and I like to add rosemary. If you don't like that, you don't have to put it in there. And I know the addition of sour cream isn't typical, but I've been doing that for a really long time, even before I was vegan. And I feel like it gives the mashed potatoes another like light, tangy, rich texture. So try it out. If you haven't ever done it before, I highly recommend you try it, okay? So here we have some mashed potatoes. Yum, 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 yum. I'm gonna make a little well right there. And this is the mushroom thyme gravy that we have a recipe and a video up for. We're gonna put some of that on top. And then of course, we have to try it. All right, let's try this. First bite, yum, yum, yum. Jacob, you have to join me. Oh my Lord. Okay, dude, it's really hot. Can I hand you some? Yeah. Do it, do it, do it. Hi. Look at that. Look at that, look at that. Dude, this will please anybody, honestly. Don't burn your mouth. These mashed potatoes will please anybody. You don't have to be plant-based or a healthy eater to enjoy these rich, delicious mashed potatoes with mushroom gravy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of Mary's Secret Garden. This is Vegan Chef Mary G. This is Mary's Secret Garden. These are our yummy mashed potatoes. I hope you make them. If you do, put it in the comment below. Give me a tag on Instagram at Vegan Chef Mary G. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Thanks guys for watching. I'll be doing more holiday videos. And don't forget to watch the video about our gravy. Okay, thank you guys. Have a great day. Keep rising and shining. Peace.